Hello again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. We're continuing on with the pineapple shawl, and we are on row 10. All right, so picking up where we left off, we were, shrinking this pineapple and growing out this one, so we're going to continue on. So with row 10, I'm going to start by chaining up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as per usual. Turn that work. And then into the first chain 4 space, 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles, all right, so like we did in the last video, see, we have our initial opening here. Well, we're going to do the same thing as we did down here. We went from 1 space to 2 spaces. Well, we got to do the same thing on this side too. So going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into this chain 4 space, double crochet, chain 4, and double crochet into that same space, chain 4, and double crochet into that same space. So now we have 2 spaces. All right, then after that, chain 4. All right, now we're back to these single crochets. So if you look closely, going into that first chain space, because we have 2 single crochets and then we have a chain space, so going into that chain space with a single crochet, we're going to follow suit with what we were doing as far as single crochet, chain 1, single crochet into the next chain space, and we should have a total of 7 chain spaces for each pineapple this row. So single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, so that makes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then single crochet into that space, and we have our 2 single crochets left at the end. So again, always double count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Perfect. All right, moving right along. Chain 4 into the chain 4 space right here, double crochet, chain 4, same space, double crochet, chain 4, same space, double crochet. So we've got our 2 spaces once again, chain 4, and we have reached the center spine once again. And once again, I have a knot. Oh, I'm so delighted. There we go. Okay, so we have our 2 spaces, a chain 4, and then into the center spine, 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. There we are. Chain 4, and then into the chain 4 space right here, double crochet, chain 4, same space, double crochet, chain 4, and double crochet. So we have our 2 spaces once again. Very good. Chain 4. All right, so now skipping these first 2 single crochets going into the chain space with a single. And then we need to do our chain 1 single crochet into the chain 1 space all the way across for a total of 7 chain spaces. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then into that last chain space with a single. And we have 2 single crochets left over at the end, which is exactly what we want. And yes, I always double count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain 1 spaces. Perfect. Pull out a bit more yarn here. All right, chain 4. And into the chain 4 space, double crochet, chain 4, same space, double crochet, chain 4, and the same space, double crochet. So we have our 2 spaces right here. Okay, chain 4. Last but not least, into the last chain 4 space, 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. Ta-da! All right, and that is the end of row 10. So we have our new pineapples coming into fruition, no pun intended, and the old ones are getting smaller. Alrighty. All right, row 11. Gonna start as we usually have been. Yeah, so it's a chaining up of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn that work into the first chain 4 space, 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 more doubles into the same space, okay, chain 4. All right, so now these 2 spaces need to become 4 spaces. So, just like we did before, into the chain 4 space, double crochet, chain 4, and into the same space, double crochet, chain 4, into the double crochet itself, double crochet, there we go, chain 4, into the next chain 4 space, double crochet, chain 4, and double crochet into the same space. So we went from 1 space to 2 spaces to 4 spaces. Okay, so then moving right along, chain 4, all right, so not into the first single, but into the second single crochet, then single crochet into the next chain space, and then we're going to continue on doing our chain 1 single crochet for a total of 4 chain spaces. So I've got my single crochet, well, my 2 single crochets, and so chain 1, single crochet into the next chain space, and 2, and 3, and 4, single crocheting into the next chain space and into the next single crochet. So that's 2 single crochets, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, 2 single crochets. Shaboom. All right, then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Doing the same thing that we did before, we need to make these 2 spaces into 4. So double crochet into the chain 4 space, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, chain 4, double crochet into the double crochet, chain 4, double crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, and we now have 4 spaces. Perfect. All right, chain 4, and we reached the center spine. So 3 double crochets, chain 4, 3 double crochets. One, 2, 3, and 4. And then 3 doubles. Chain 4. All right, so we need to again make these 2 spaces into 4. So double crochet into the first chain 4 space, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, chain 4, double crochet into the double, chain 4, double crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, double crochet into the same chain 4 space, and we have our 4 spaces. Okay, chain 4. All right, so again, we need to go into the second single crochet with a single crochet, then into the chain space with a single crochet, and we need 4 chain spaces. So 1 chain, then single crochet, 2 chains, single crochet, 3 chains, single crochet, 4 chains, single crochet, and single crochet into the next single crochet. And when I'm doing these single crochets, I'm always going into the chain spaces. Okay, always into those spaces. Now, it looks more difficult than it is. You'll get a feel for it. You know, just be patient. And also, be sure to do your counts, always. So I've got my 2 singles, and then I've got 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, and my 2 singles at the end. Okay, so then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And kneading again to make these 2 spaces into 4, into the space, double crochet, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, chain 4, and double crochet into the double crochet, chain 4, double crochet into the next space, chain 4, and double crochet into the same space. Again, we have 4 spaces. Chain 4, and into the last chain 4 space, 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. Ta-da! All right, and that, my dears, is the end of row 11. We are most certainly getting there. Yes, we are. Okay, row 12. Start by chaining up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn the work. And into the chain 4, 3 doubles. Chain 4, and 3 doubles. All right. Chain 3. All right, so now we need to make these 4 spaces into 7, if you remember from previously. So after chaining 3, going into that first chain 4 space with a double, chain 4, double into the same space. And if you remember, each of these previous 4 spaces needs 2 legs. So we've got 2 in there. So chain 4, double into the next space, chain 4, double into the same space. So now this one has 2 legs into it, chain 4, double into the next space, chain 4, double into the same space. Okay, now this one has 2 legs into it, chain 4, double into the next space, chain 4, and double into the same space. So we should have 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Shaboom. All right, so continuing on, we chain 3. And back to the singles. Okay, so skipping these first 2 singles, going into the first chain 1 space with the single. And we need 3 chain 1 spaces on this row. So 1 into the next space, 2 into the next space, and 3 into the next space with a single, and we have our 2 singles on the end here. So easy enough, right? 1, 2, and 3 chain 1 spaces. Perfect, perfect. Love it, love it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so now we have our 4 spaces over here, which we need to make grow once again. So, moving right along, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into this first space right here, double crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, double crochet into the same space. So it's got 2 legs, so we move on to the next one, chain 4. So into this next space, double crochet, chain 4, double crochet into the same space. All right, now this one has 2 legs, chain 4, double crochet into the next space, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, chain 4, double crochet into the next space, chain 4, double crochet into the same space. All right, so if I counted correctly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, I love it when things work out, don't you? All right, so then we're just about at the center spine. So chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And into the center spine, 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. All right. So to continue on, going down this way, we need to make these 4 into 7. So after the center spine, we chain 3, and then going into that first chain 4 space with a double. Well, almost had it. With a double, thank you. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Double into the same space, chain 4, double into the next space, chain 4, double into the same space, chain 4, double into the next space, chain 4, double into the same space, chain 4, double into the next space, chain 4, double into the same space, and I think we got it. So let's double count. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yes, yes, okay. So continuing right along, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then skipping the first 2 single crochets going into that chain space with a single, then chain 1, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, and 2, single crochet into the next, and 3, single crochet into the next, and I think we got it. 1 and 2 and 3, and yes, okay. And then chain 3. Okay, and then we need to make these 4 spaces into 7. So double crochet into the first chain 4 space, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, chain 4, double crochet into the next space, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, chain 4, double crochet into the next, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, chain 4, double crochet into the next space, chain 4, and double crochet into the same space. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and into the last chain 4 space, 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. And there you go. And that is the end of row 12. Let me lay this out for you. Be back in a flash. All right, so that is the end of row 12. Now, to create the really neat edging along these bottom edges, you would end on a row 12, so to speak. However, in order to continue to make more pineapples grow, I'm going to continue on for a bunch more rows so that this will make more sense, because we're actually going to leave off this tutorial at row 18 because, well, you need to be able to flesh out this space, right? Well, so we're going to keep on going, but I just wanted to, be on the same page with you guys. I'm not leaving you yet. No, no, no. We shall continue on with row 13. Alrighty.